Okay, what I've got here is the quickest, easiest tip to help you figure out if that new driver that you're looking at is going to help or hurt your big miss. Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So I'm going to be showing you in this video what I think is the easiest way to cut through all the hype, cut through all the marketing, cut through all of the noise out there when you're looking at new drivers to really just let you know, is that new driver you're looking at going to help or hurt your big miss? Now, how do we typically kind of decide, oh, this driver is going to help with a slice, oh, this driver is going to help with a hook? Well, what do? We take the driver, we'll pull it out of the rack, we'll pull it out of our buddy's bag, and we'll just set it down on the ground. We'll lay it down on the ground and we'll just kind of let it fall how it will, right? We don't manipulate it, we just kind of want to let it set, just naturally fall into place. And from that, we make a lot of assumptions about the driver. So if we set a driver down and it sits wide open or it sits a little open, we're going to assume that that driver is going to help or promote more of a right or a fade type ball flight. Likewise, if we set a driver down and the face is a little bit more square to closed, then we're going to assume, oh, this driver is really designed to help me hit it left. It's designed to help draw or hook the ball. Now, just setting the club down, that can be helpful, and in some cases it might match up where what you see either with the face a little open or a little closed is actually indicating what the club is going to do to help with your slice or your hook. The problem is it's not always going to be the case, and that's really for two reasons. First off, anytime we take the club and we just set it down on the ground, and we're setting it down in a retail store, in a pro shop, somewhere that has either maybe a mat like this that's a little firmer or short pile carpeting, it's going to exaggerate whatever that club wants to do when it sits on the ground. And so if it wants to sit a little open, it's going to exaggerate that. If it wants to sit a little more closed, it's going to exaggerate that too. Now, the second problem is how it sits on the ground is not a great indication of what it's actually designed to do. How it sits on the ground and whether it falls open or closed really just comes down to one thing, and that is where the club makes contact with the ground in relation to where the center of mass is on that club head. So if you take a golf club and you set it down on the ground and the center of mass is back here, but the contact point with the ground is way up here, what's going to happen? Well, that club is naturally going to want to fall open. Likewise, if you have a golf club where that contact point is further back, say back here, but again, that center of mass is further in front of it, well, guess what happens then? It's going to want to fall closed. So that's really what's happening when you set the club down on the ground and just look at it. It's really just a matter of where that contact point is in relation to that center of mass. All right, so here's what you want to do to try and figure out whether that new driver is going to be designed to hook the ball or slice the ball more. All we're going to do, take the driver, we're going to balance it right here on the tip of our finger, just like that, so it hangs nice and even and level. And we're just going to look down at the face angle right here. And here is the trick. If you are looking for a driver to help guard against hooking the ball or drawing the ball, what we want to see here is a driver that hangs with the face in a much more perpendicular orientation to the ground. So basically a more toe down position when we hang it like this. Now, if we're looking for a driver that's going to help with slices or fading the ball, what you're going to want in that case, when we balance this club in the same manner, is instead we want to see the face pointing much more up, much more towards the sky versus that first example. If you have a driver where the face is pointing more up, this driver is designed to help guard against slices and fades. And then depending on the model, depending on the brand, you may have a number of different drivers. And so what you'll find is you might have one that has more of that toe hang. You might have one that points much more upright towards the sky. And then you may have one that kind of falls somewhere in the middle. And again, these are all going to be indicators of how that club naturally wants to promote either more slice or more hook ball flight. Okay, last thing to do, I'm going to hit some balls with each of these different heads. Going to use the same shaft, going to use the same hosel configuration for all of them, but we're going to see what the dispersion looks like with each of these heads and see how it compares to how they actually hang. All right, so here's our dispersion pattern with each of these drivers. Don't look too much at the ball speed. I was hitting everything a little high on the face today, but looking at the dispersion pattern, and what you will notice is each of these different driver heads has a slight shift in the overall grouping direction, either more to the right or more to the left. And guess what? The one that was missing, or the one that was furthest to the right, is also the one that when we hang it down like this, hangs in the most perpendicular orientation to the ground. The one that hit the ball the furthest to the left is the one that had the face that sat the most pointing up towards the sky. So there you go. The easiest way to figure out, really in a matter of seconds, exactly what that driver is designed to do, whether it's to promote more of a fade or a slice type of ball flight, or more of a draw or a hook kind of ball flight. All you have to do is just hang it off your finger and see where that face ends up pointing as it hangs. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you go down below, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when I post new videos. Make sure you're also following me on Instagram. And if you're interested in a fitting, in a custom build, in a repair, all my contact information is down below, and I will see you on the next video.